Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody night going? I want to first start off by saying that, we entering a new year. It's 2019, January 6th. I want to start off by making a protection bag for a couple clients and some loved ones. As you see my setup, I have a candle lit up just to bring in that fire element, that energy. I bring in have my sage incense. You don't have to have these things lit up. I just have it around and keep the energy nice and pure. And I have a lemon to soak up any negative energy that's around. So first I want to start off by letting you know all the elements that I have here I got in my kitchen. So you can always get anything inside your kitchen and go to work. All these herbs, everything that we use, the salt, everything comes from the earth. It's been around our African heritage for a very long time. I want to start off by showing you guys a nice emoji bag I had picked up from a store from a very nice lady. And I also have another one. Got some tourmaline that I'm going to be using also. Just remember, anything that goes in this bag has to be in odd numbers. It has to be in odd numbers. Odd is good. Try to do things in threes. Whenever you do it, try to do it in threes. Threes is the magical number that we like to use. This right here is something that I made up. This is my protection oil. It has a lot of things in it. Later on in another clip, I'll show you how to make protection oil also. I just like to rub that on my hands, when I'm getting started to handle things like this. So first what I want to do is light up the Palo Santo just to smudge the bag to get whatever negativities that we picked up out of the way. You can use sage. Sage is good. I could have used the sage instant. So you take this. Don't want to burn the bag. And you just smudge it. Smudge it around. Smudge it like that. Make sure it goes inside though. You do the same. I love this bag. This bag looks very, very good. This shouldn't take you no more than 10 minutes to do. So now we have here the ingredients. And here we have some sea salt, which is good for purification. You purify with sea salt. Salt is used for banishing things, preserving. And then we have our basil. Basil is good for anxiety. And it smooths people's emotions. And it also a thing for protection. And then we have our bay leaves. Bay leaves are used for protection. It's a very good source of protection when you use a bay leaf. And then we have our mint flakes. Whenever you're dealing with mint, mint is very good for the spirit, for the soul, and good for protection also. You have a lot of prosperity. Mint is good with business. It also cleans the mind. And it's also an air element. And then we have cinnamon. Cinnamon is used for all things that heats up the spell. It's good for communication, prosperity, healing, and it's real good for passion. So, that's what we're doing now. We're putting our passion into these emoji bags. And then we have a little bit of whole cloves. Cloves are essential. Cloves are real good. You can use cloves. Cloves is an element of fire. It drives away hostile forces. It's good to have that on. You know, it stops gossip, people, you know, spreading anything. And it's good for sexual attraction, and it's a good for protection. And what we have here, okay, we have some nutmeg. Nutmeg is also good. Nutmeg is a fire element. It's good for gambling, you know, games of chance. It's for fidelity and money. So in your protection bag, you might want to run across, you know, some money. You might step out and, you know, gamble, play some lottery tickets or something, or some scratch offs. Lucky you got some nutmeg in your protection bag to hold you over. So all these things right here are good essentials. And we also have, last but not least, is the anise star. See, whenever you use the anise stars, it's good for luck and love. It wards off the evil eye, and it increases the power of a spell. This is good to have around things. And we're ready to get started. First off, I want to just take, you don't have to do this. I'm going to do this. I like to keep my hands, you know, protected. It's already washed and cleansed. So with a little bit of my oil, just rubbing them together. Smells so good. Smells real good. While I'm doing it, I might as well put my intentions in. We'll start off the first batch, the first ingredient, which is the turmalin. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the anise star makes 9. All these ingredients came up odd, and that's where we're going to put into the bag. And since we have our anise star here now, we want to crush them up. Some people don't like crushing them up. They like to throw them in a bag, makes it bulky. I feel like when you crush it up, it brings out a better anointment. Better anointment. And then we have our whole cloves. You know, you can do as you please. Try to crush these up as much as you could. Just like that. And, you know, try to do it in 3s. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we do our ground nutmeg. And we do them in 3s. 1, 2, 3. Also, what you want to do is make sure you put your intentions in the bag. As I'm doing this for you guys, you know, a lot of people sit and they put their intentions into the bag. Sometimes you may forget, but your intentions is already positive and it's already good because you're making the bag. So the intentions is already in you. This is why you're doing it. But you know, every time you just want to sit there and think about it as it goes along, and it works. You know, I might have made a couple of these, and that's how it always goes. Now we're going to go on with the cinnamon. And breathe. Okay. Now that we got the dry things out of the way, give me 1 second. And I'm back. Okay. Let's get that out of the way, a little bit more protection oil, because I just washed my hands from all that cinnamon and nutmeg. And now we're going to go back to work again. Last 4 elements. Here we go. We got the mint. And like I said, you can open up your refrigerator, open up your cabinet, and all these things are in there. You know, this is not going in the bag. But it will be in your refrigerator. So you put another 1, 2, and with my last one, let me get my intentions. 3. Oh, I feel the energy coming out of that bag already. Whew. And then we have our bay leaves. So you take your bay leaf, and then you break it up. You have to be real genuine when you do these things. You have to be real genuine because you want to help someone. That's what you're doing it for, is to help, to protect someone that you love, a family member, you know, your children. Some basil. Basil is good for anxiety. So, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Last but not least, you can get this from your Walmart, your local Walmart, or probably your corner store. Get online. Celtic salt is very good for a household. You know, you can also use the salt, put it in every corner of your house, so it can purifies and pushes out negativity. So this is a good purification to have around. And we're going to set this off. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Now we have our very own protection emoji bag. You could put this around your neck. You can hold it on you, put it around your neck. You know, have it close to your heart. There's plenty of things you can do with this bag. You can put it in your pocketbook. You know, fellas, you could put it in your pocket. But that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching. Any comments, hit me down below. Leave an email.